Hello everyone, I'm Frank with Frank Fox. Mom is here.
Hi.
And I'm basically going to be talking about starting a tank from scratch. And what I mean by scratch, I mean basically you're setting up a tank. And this is for people who are coming into the hobby, you know, they're setting up their first tank and they're wanting to know what to do and how to go about it. I've had a few people ask me this question, so I thought it was time to just make a video on it so I could refer them to the video instead of sitting here and talking about it for 10 minutes every time they need to ask. First off, you need a tank. Very basic. It's what you're going to put the water and the fish in. So this is the skeleton structure, if you will, of the entire project. So you need the tank. Some people will probably improvise with this. I've seen a lot of different types of tanks. Some people will improvise and use other things that aren't really a fish tank but can still hold water. So I've seen people use plastic totes and feeding tubs, like for horses and stuff, make little ponds out of them outside. So whatever you do, you'll need one, whatever you want. When you get the fish, think about how big it's going to get. If you don't know how big it's going to get, do some research. Make sure that the tank you have will be able to take care of that fish for the rest of its life if possible. If you're going to, say, put it in at 10 and then as it gets bigger, upgrade the tank, there's not a lot of problems with that, except you end up with extra tanks. So maybe use one as a hospital tank, or just start off with one big enough for the fish, and you won't have to have plenty of tanks in your house. This is actually the reason why I have a 10 and a 20 and a 36 gallon. I started with a 10 gallon and then I got a 20 gallon because the oyster got bigger, and then as he got bigger I got the 36 gallon, and the fish that were in the 10 went to the 20, and I used the 10 for something else. So basically think about the tank size, make sure that the fish you're going to put that tank in, you know, at least can hold it for long enough for you to get another tank or whatever you want to do. Second off, filtration, very important. It keeps the water clean, helps keep the ammonia out of the water, very important. They do take filter pads, so it is a little bit spendy after a while, but you know, hey, it's worth it. Filters are pretty basic, you know, you basically get them in starter kits. Third off is air, very important. Most fish require air. Those that do not and are mouth breathers, like betas for example, yeah, they don't need it, but I have a beta tank myself, and I give him an Airstone air pump simply because it, from what I have found, it helps reduce the stress on the fish and makes them a lot more calmer, so helps. Fourth is heat. There are some fish that do not require heat. If you are going to do a cold water fish tank, such as plecos, corridoras, other catfish, you don't need a heater, but it is recommended. With a heater, the chance of disease and bacterias and other things that are harmful to your fish surviving in the water don't have as good of a chance if it's at a certain range. Then again, that doesn't mean that they won't get sick at all. I've had plenty of disease outbreaks with tanks that are like at 80 degrees, so it also helps reduce stress though on fish. So take it for what you want. 5 is substrate. Substrate is very important. Some people don't even bother to use substrate. Some people use sand, some people use gravel, some people use those glowstone rocks that you put in glowfish tanks. Me, I prefer just a normal natural substrate. I like a substrate like this, something like this, you know, pretty basic. Although I've had like fancier colors like purple and black, and in some tanks I have like red, and I even have like a light blue in my 60 gallon. So that's more of a preference thing. Some people do even use freaking dirt from their front yard, and I've never tried it. I haven't even heard of anyone really. I mean, I've heard of people doing it, but I've never seen someone do it. So take that with a grain of salt. If you guys are gonna do something like that, I mean, more power to you. I mean, I don't know a dang thing about it though, so good luck on that. So basically we covered the tank, the filter, the air, the heater, the substrate. Primer is a very good thing, but it also goes, it's going to kind of be two things on this last part. It's going to be primer and beneficial bacteria. Primer and conditioner will help make the water safe for the fish. It reduces heavy metals, chlorine and chloramine, chloramine, however you want to pronounce that. And beneficial bacteria will help deal with the waste that the fish produce over time and make it to where it will not turn the water toxic as fast. This does not mean you don't need to do water changes, but it does help. I recommend putting some beneficial bacteria in all tanks before you start them, or at least making sure that you have some way of making sure that it's cycled properly. You want to make sure your tanks are properly cycled before you put fish in there. It helps to reduce the stress on you, and it will make the fish a lot happier, and they will not have risk of dying due to ammonia outbreak or nitrogen spike. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, that's just about everything you need. I know this was a very short video. This is kind of just, you know, a basic information video that is out there for people that are starting getting into the hobby. If you guys that have, you know, friends or family that are getting into the hobby, hey, play the video and add in your little key points. And if you guys think I missed anything, throw it down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Any video requests, I'd love to see those as well. If you guys could like the video or even just throw a comment down the video saying hi or what's up, I'd appreciate it. Helps the video do better, and it makes the video more viewed, and kind of helps support my dreams here. Anyways, I'm Frank Quack, sign out. Stay frosty, everyone. Have a nice day.